Yo, what's up, Broncos country? How's it going tonight, guys? This is me, Mohammed's game recap over the game, and we're gonna talk about the game and all the stuff that happened in it. And there's a few other things we want to touch on tonight, um, about other things that happen in the NFL. But before we get into that, could you guys please like, comment, subscribe on this video? Also, hit that bell notification so you know when we go live. Share this with your friends, your family, anybody who's a football fan, because we're trying to get as many subscribers in here as possible to keep building this channel. Be much appreciated. Thank you guys. So, Mohammed, let's get over this game first. So, what was your initial thoughts? The Broncos winning, I believe it was 34-26.
Before I get to that, Eddie, just want to make a statement. The Broncos is the best team in the NFL. I don't want to hear anybody say anything. Nick Wright, shut up. I don't want to hear you. As a matter of fact, go on vacation. Your Chiefs are out. Sorry about the Mahomes, but come back next season. Seriously, I don't want to hear anything about him talking about the Broncos. The Broncos is the best team in the NFL. They kept doubting us. Anytime we play any team that of any caliber, we're not gonna win. The Broncos are underdog. The Broncos are this and what else are you gonna do? Who else are you gonna say that we can't beat? We beat everybody, Eddie. Who didn't we beat? Seriously, we are the best team. I don't want to hear it. This is a Super Bowl type of team. I could honestly say that now, Eddie. And the offense is like I said earlier, Eddie, has improved dramatically. Super happy about the win today. It's a statement win, honestly. The Broncos go with a lot of confidence. We are in the playoffs. I guess we have a playoff berth. I saw that earlier. We are going to clinch the number one seed, hopefully in the next two games. The Broncos sitting pretty, Eddie. I'm happy about everything about our team. We know how to win. We can beat you in different ways: offense, defense, special team. It doesn't matter. So you couldn't really just say that, they win because of their defense. Well, our offense scored, 34 points today against the Green Bay Packers. So I don't want to hear it. I'm really happy, Eddie. We're 12-2 now. What else can they say, Eddie? Who else? Next week you're going to say we're underdogs against Jacksonville? Come on. We're the best team. This has been already proven. I don't want to hear it. Let's go Broncos.
So, everybody doubted us. We were 2.5 point underdogs at home. And mind you, every team, when they play at home, they get 3 points for being at home. That means it was a 5 point swing, basically. They gave us the 3 points because we were at home, but they still said we were going to lose by 2.5 points. Vegas and these odds makers, DraftKings, they're fucking retarded. They don't know shit about football at all. It's either that or they truly despise the Broncos. They don't like the fact that the Broncos are winning these close games, whatever. Oh my God, dude. I got so much to say, but I don't even know where to start because I got all these thoughts going through my head. I'll start with this. I posted up earlier that I'm done watching the NFL after that DPI on Riley Moss, which was not a DPI. Again, the freaking national media, the NFL, they hate the Broncos. They don't want this team to win. They don't. Every week, Riley Moss gets called for freaking defensive pass interference. It's not there. I'm not going to say every time because there's sometimes he does something. Okay, yeah, that was a DPI. I'll call it a spade here. But the majority of the time, it's this kid's in perfect textbook coverage and he makes a play and it's flag. Anytime just Riley Moss, anytime the Broncos make a good play, you can almost guarantee there's going to be a flag, regardless if it goes the Broncos' way or not. Honestly, I shouldn't even say the Broncos, the whole NFL. Every freaking team, you see a big play, big hit, whether it's on offense or defense, it don't matter. You're always seeing yellow flag across the screen. This league is too damn soft. It's soft. 100%. And it needs to stop this shit. They're ruining and have ruined some aspects of the NFL, and I'm getting tired of it. I grew up watching this, and I got into football because of the fact I'm a defensive guy. I love watching defenders hit receivers and just lay the freaking boom on them. But neither here or there. But the Broncos, oh my God. I got to say this. National media, that's all I got to say to you clowns. You guys suck at your jobs. I freaking know Toddler can do a better job than you clowns. Stop hating on the Broncos because you feel like you have to hate them because of whatever the media or the Vegas or the odds makers say. Trust your eyes. This team wins. It doesn't matter. What was the talking point all week, Muhammad, leading up to this game when we were 2.5 point dogs at home? What was the whole talking? Well, that Packers offense, it's really, really good. Bo Nix, we don't know if he can, this team wins too many close games. Shut up.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up. Seriously,
Yep.
I hate cussing, but damn, bro. Not only did we freaking beat the Packers, we beat them by, well, it was still a one-score game, but we beat them by 8 points.
3 points. Yep.
Like, we shut them down. We made them look like clowns in the fourth quarter, which we always do. And a lot of people are like, man, listen to Talib. Have you ever watched The Arena with Skip, Talib, and all them guys? Talib's like, it don't fucking matter, bro. A win is a win. It doesn't matter how you. He's like, dude, in 2015 when we were winning those games, it was like we were winning close games. We still won. It doesn't matter. We got to the Super Bowl and we won it. But my thing is like I'm not trying to sit here and say I'm not trying to set people up. I will say this: Bo Nix. Let me restart with this. Aqib Talib said this Broncos 2025 team is a pretty much replica of the 2015 Broncos team. Winning by defense, winning these close games, just playing lights out defense. But in my opinion, and this is not me bagging on Peyton Manning because he is a Hall of Famer. There's nothing like I'm not saying Bo Nix is better than him because he's still got a long career ahead of him. But Bo Nix is playing at a higher level this year than Peyton Manning was in 2015. Peyton Manning, the thing that kept the offense in games was his big brain, his his knowledge of the game. It wasn't his arm. His arm was completely gone in 2015. We won by defense, but the offense scoring points and being able to do just enough to win games was because of Peyton's brain. Like Bo Nix has the football brain, not like Peyton Manning. He knows how to read the defense. He knows what he needs to do. He's a student of the game, but he's young enough. He's still got the arm strength and he's still got the athleticism to do the things he's doing. So this team is, dude, that game was so it was up and down most of the night. And this is my thing. I want to get your take on this, Muhammad. The one thing that bothers me so much about this damn team is the start of the game. Now, it's like to start the game, it's either one or if not both, the offense and defense start off sluggish. And it's like, what are we doing? Like today, the first drive, Harvey, he fumbles the ball. And then the defense lets the Packers go down. Well, they had it at midfield. They went down, got a field goal. The Broncos held them to a couple field goals their first two drives. So the defense was playing all right. But it was like they start off sluggish. I'm just like, and leaving guys wide open. Like, there's some plays you watch. I understand the scheme for the Packers, whatever, but it's like, dude, you got guys running wide open across the middle, and the defense is just sitting there like, hey, I thought you had them. And it's like, guys, do something. For the love of God, please. But what are your thoughts on that, Mohammed? What are your thoughts on the fact that about the either both or just one of the sides of the ball always starting slow in a game?
Honestly, Eddie, I see exactly what you're saying, and it is extremely frustrating. They do find a way to win in the end. They always manage to do that. But, Eddie, we got to think about it. We still got a young team, especially our offense. They're still kind of learning. And that's what the NFL is missing, Eddie. That's why they're idiots, because Bo Nix is just getting started. Sean Payton hasn't even opened the whole playbook yet. And this is where we're getting. They're still kind of learning how to get their stuff together. I know. It's very sluggish and stuff. They're finding a way to win. Hopefully, as we go in, it's gonna get better. That's what I hope. But Eddie, you gotta say that the offense improved a lot from week one. We didn't know what's going on, but I gotta give credit to Sean Payton, Eddie. I'm not doubting him anymore. I mean, I know we used to complain about the screen and all this, but the guy got it. Somehow it works. I don't know how he makes it work, but it does.
I will say the one thing that still bothers me about Sean, the screens bother me, but there is still one thing that he does that bothers the hell out of me. And it's the play calling. Not like the plays he's calling right now. Mm-hmm. It's more of Shorten the names of the play calls.
Yeah.
Like our first drive, we had to use a timeout early in the game because they couldn't get the play call in fast enough because it was too damn long.
Barnix was getting frustrated.
Yeah, and trying to substitute guys every fucking play. It's like, dude, you don't have to do that every single play. You're running into the same issue. It's like, dude, stop. You're trying to substitute so much. You're trying to, have these long play call names, and then Bo Nix, you seen it in his face. Like he called timeout in that first half, like that first drive, and he's just like, dude, can we freaking just go?
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this?
He's mad. Yeah.
And Sean Payton really needs to get that fixed because that drives me bonkers. That's one thing Sean really needs to clean up. Shorten the play calls and stop having to substitute so damn much. I mean, I understand that's Sean's offense, and he's probably not going to change it because he's old, but god damn, dude. Your quarterback's getting frustrated because you guys are having to burn timeouts because your play calling's too long, and you're trying to substitute too many people at once. So, but before we go any further, I want to talk about the stats, Mohammed. Jordan Love tonight, let's see, where's that? He was 24 of 40, 276 yards, a 60 completion percentage, just under 7 yards pass, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and he took, I think he took 3 sacks tonight. Most of those were in garbage, at the end of the game when they were trying to go down. And then he had a 68.3 passer rating. Now, Bo Nix, and mind you, this was against a top 5 defense in the Packers. And people saying Bo Nix hasn't played anybody. You know what? I want to sit here and say Drake May hasn't played anybody good. Even the Buffalo defense ain't that good this year. They've been ass all year. We played against the Philadelphia defense. We played against the Chiefs defense. We played against the number 1 defense in the NFL in their house, and Bo Nix beat them. But here are Bo Nix's stats from tonight, Mohammed. Give me 1 second. I get my phone back up here. Against a top 5 defense. Bo Nix went 23 of 24, 302 yards, a 67.6 completion percentage. He averaged just under 9 yards a pass, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, no sacks, 134 passer rating. I don't want to hear this crap anymore about, Bo Nix, he's a check down merchant. Bo Nix, he's relying on that defense. Bo Nix he's one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. He's certainly better than any quarterback. He's the best quarterback out of the 2024 draft class. He's better than Williams, Daniels, May, McCarthy, Penix. He's better than all of them. The NFL I shouldn't say fleece, but the NFL made a mistake taking Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, all the quarterbacks ahead of him. They made a mistake. Bo Nix, if the draft were to happen again today, the 2024 NFL draft were to happen today, Bo Nix would be the number 1 pick in that draft. I have no doubt in my mind. This kid is a baller, and he does not quit. And you can say Jaden Daniels, well, he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Cool. Bo Nix is right there. But what's the one thing they say is the most important thing in the NFL, Mohammed?
Availability.
Bo Nix has played every single game he's been in since the entire time he's been in the NFL. Yep. Drake May didn't start. He's not better than Bo Nix. If you look at the stats wise, he's not better. And he's played subpar teams. Let's see what happens when he plays like the Broncos defense or the Texans defense or the defense we just played tonight, the Packers defense. Michael Penix, hurt. J.J. McCarthy, he's been hurt and he looks like a bust. Caleb Williams, he's all right. He's not as good as Bo Nix. Drake May, I'm sorry, not Drake May. Who was the other one I was going to touch on? Jaden Daniels. Guy was good, last year in his rookie year, but he can't stay healthy. That's why I don't want a running quarterback. That's stupid. Them guys, all they do is run, and then they're going to get hit a lot, and they're going to they're going to get hurt, and they're going to end their career early because they take too many damn hits because they run so damn much. I want a pocket passer quarterback that sits in the pocket and delivers the damn ball and can read a damn defense. Bo Nix is the best quarterback out of the 2024 draft class. And if they were to do the redraft today, Bo Nix would go number 1 easily. Teams would be clamoring to grab him. Now you say, it's because of Sean Payton. You got freaking Ben Johnson, who's making Caleb Williams look respectable. You got Kevin O'Connell, who's done wonders with Sam Darnold when he was there. I'm trying to think of another one. I mean, Josh McDaniels. I'm not a great head coach, but he's a great offensive coordinator. The guy, any quarterback he ever has, he makes look good.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear these excuses. And Cliff Kingsbury, he's a great for JJ. Sorry, not JJ McCarthy, but Jaden Daniels. I don't know who the offensive coordinator is in Atlanta, but imagine if Bo Nix had the weapons that Caleb Williams had. I'm not saying our weapons are terrible, but I will say that maybe not the Patriots. They don't have great weapons. But imagine if Bo Nix had, Caleb Williams weapons. If he had J.J. McCarthy's weapons. Imagine if he had Michael Penix, weapons in Atlanta. Imagine if he had those. What do you think Bo Nix would be doing right now? Like I don't want to hear any more hate on Bo Nix. He is the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't want to hear that he can't go up against good defenses. He's gone up against 4, in my opinion. The Eagles defense in their house, they were still a good defense. He went up against the Chiefs defense, who I would say is probably not a top 5 defense, but I'd say at least a top 10. They're still pretty goddamn good. At least they were. The Texans defense, best defense in the league, and now he went up against another top 5 defense in the NFL in the Packers, and he kicked all their asses. I don't want to hear shit no more about Bo Nix being a bust or being, bad. And I will say this, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow to see what the national media thinks about the Broncos. And I'll say it again, the Broncos should not be an underdog for the rest of the season. Even in the playoffs, they should not be a fucking underdog. Because the way it's looking, the Broncos are going to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. If the Broncos win these next 2 games, they will have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And we should not be an underdog in any game the rest of the season. What are your thoughts, Mohammed?
I mean, honestly, Eddie, I don't even know why everybody keeps saying that. The Broncos have been battle tested. They've been in all different types of games, and that's why when my opening statement was about the Broncos going to the Super Bowl, and I stick by it because the Broncos, Eddie, have been they went through every kind of scenario that they were down by a couple like against the Giants. They were down by 2-3 touchdowns. They ended up winning 19 points, right? So sometimes they were kind of ahead and they were almost lost, but then the defense helped us in the end. So they've been through all these different type of scenarios, and this is what you're going to need when you go to the playoffs. So the NFL could keep, or the media could keep saying whatever they want to say, Eddie, but this team is solid. Bo Nix is, like I said, he's just getting started, Eddie. And today, he was the better quarterback. There's no question about it, Eddie. He was the better quarterback. They could keep saying whatever they want to say, but I don't know why all the hate, Eddie. I honestly don't get it. I'm trying to figure out why, but we just always this thing about, oh, the Broncos are fakers. The Broncos are this, the Broncos are that. The Broncos are 12-2. Deal with it. It's crazy.
I will say, and you just kind of touched on it, and you just reminded me, the Giants defense. He played them and beat them. He came back and beat them. The Giants defense ain't no slouch either. I think they're a top 10 defense in the NFL, if I remember right. Bo Nix, even before this game today, has been battle tested all season. The Philadelphia Eagles defense, the Chiefs defense, the Texans defense, the freaking Giants defense. I'm sure there's another defense in there somewhere we're missing, Muhammad, that was actually a pretty solid defense that we played.
Texans.
Maybe I'm wrong. Jets defense.
Yep.
The Jets defense is still a really good defense too. And it was a low-scoring game. It doesn't matter. Tom Brady won a freaking Super Bowl in a low-scoring game going up against the Rams a couple of years back. It happens to the best quarterbacks. So I don't want to hear any more Bo Nix slander. I don't want to hear any more Broncos slander. This team is the best team in the NFL, and this is going to be the team to represent the AFC in the freaking playoffs and in the Super Bowl. I will put money on that right now. They will be the ones to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And there is no team in this NFL that we cannot beat. None.
I agree. Yes, I agree.
I mean, everybody's saying, well, the Rams. I'm like, I'd love to play the fucking Rams. I want to play the Rams in the Super Bowl. I hope the God that is the Super Bowl because we will stomp their ass into the ground. This pass rush will get after Matthew Stafford. And that defense, we played the number one defense. We played two top 5 defenses in the league, and we had no problem.
Oh.
So I don't want to hear this shit no more. I don't care who the Broncos are going up against, whether it's the Rams, the fucking, Bucks, the Eagles again, the Packers again, the Bills. Like, the only team, like, the Chiefs are out of the playoffs. We'll get to that here in a minute, but the Ravens don't even look like they're going to make it. Like, I mean, the only team in the playoffs that was actually, been a dominant team over the last, 5 years that's made the playoffs is the Bills, and I'm not scared of them either. Their defense is horrible. Like, they've been getting gassed all freaking season. I am not scared of them. So, and we're probably not going to go a full hour tonight, guys, but because I got a lot of things I got to do tonight still. But a couple other topics we want to touch on. We got through the game today, but we're going to go over 2 big injuries that happened today, and I think that's it for tonight. There might be something else. I might be missing something, Muhammad, but actually, no, there is something else. But the first one, Micah Parsons. In this game, Micah Parsons was coming in. He was going to, try to get after Bo Nix. And you saw him. He went to step to try to, turn in towards Bo Nix. And I watched the replay. You just see his whole knee just, shift inward.
Yep. He knew it too, Eddie.
Yeah. And he went down in serious pain. It hasn't been they haven't said nothing yet about it, but I'm assuming it's probably a torn ACL.
Yep.
But what are your thoughts to this, Muhammad?
Yeah, I saw the same thing. The moment I saw him, and it was a non-contact injury. Like, he was running towards Bo Nix, and then whatever happened to his knee, you could see him immediately, jerking it off, and he just goes on the ground in pain, holding his knee. I feel so bad for him, man. I mean, he was having such a good season. Just got traded by the Cowboys and stuff, but I know it's not confirmed, but that's what it looks like, Eddie. Torn ACL.
Yeah, it was bad. I went back and watched the replay. You could just see it. I was like, that's not good. That's got to be something. LCL, ACL, PC. I don't know, whatever ACL thing in there that you can figure, whatever joint. But it didn't look good. And I wish Micah Parsons a speedy recovery. Hopefully it's not serious, but from the looks of it, I'm no doctor, but it did not look good.
Nope.
So, one last thing I wanted to touch on too. I forgot to mention, but all these people, Packer fans, and I guess you could say some Patriot fans, on Twitter over the last 4 days, were saying Jordan Love is better than Bo Nix. Drake May is better than Bo Nix. No, they're not. Jordan Love and Drake May wish they were Bo Nix. That's all I gotta say to that. But the next injury I wanted to talk about was a big one. Now, Patrick Mahomes, just kind of like Parsons today, I think he was running behind me. He was running towards the sideline, trying to pick up some yards, because, of course, as we all know, the Chiefs they had to win today. They had to. So Mahomes, he's running, and I saw the replay of that too. You just see him running. I think it was his left knee or his left leg. He just stopped and, he planted his foot and the ground and his knee, the ground didn't, he just didn't bend his leg the right way and his knee just buckled. You seen it twist. And, he went down, went out of the game, and it was later known that Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. He's out for the rest of the year and probably half of next year. So, but what are your thoughts on this, Muhammad? I'll get into more of what I want to say, but what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't see the play. I'm gonna watch it after the live, but that's never a good news. I mean, we both how we feel about the Chiefs, but you never want to hear anything about a player going down like that or getting injured and then missing all this time and stuff. I wish him a speedy recovery and stuff. But since we're talking about the Chiefs, I'm kind of happy that they're out of the playoffs. Just wanted to put that in there. But I just hope he recovers
Yeah. I wish him a fast recovery, but like I said, with him being week, what is it, 15 now, Mohammed?
Hmm.
He's going to miss at least half the season next year.
Yeah.
Because, like, for a player to come back from an Achilles or an ACL, like, to even play, I'm not even talking about being back to their normal selves. That takes like 2 years.
Yep.
But for them to even come back and on the field and even play, it's going to take about a year, like 12 months. So you probably won't see Mahomes until the end of the year next year in
Hmm.
2026. And I talked about this earlier. Kelsey's going to retire. I guarantee you that he will. His contract's up. He's going to retire. The big one to me is Reed. Like, I still think Reed's going to retire, especially now. Like, the Chiefs roster is decimated. Like, it's garbage. They need new receivers, new offensive linemen, a new run game. They need some new players on defense, especially a defensive line. Like, they got a lot of work to do. Your star quarterback's going to be out for a year. He's not going to be able to come back until like week 14, 15 next year.
Hmm.
Um, and your division's a lot harder. And again, like I said, Reed 7, he's like I think he's like 70 or 71. Your division's harder, and you got your rings, you got your money. I think Reed retires. I think he's like, I'm tired of the grind. Division's gotten harder. I got to rebuild this roster. Mahomes ain't gonna be back until like almost the time of the end of the season next year. If I was him, I'd just be like, I'm done. I'm gonna go ahead and just ride out and just go. Same with Kelsey and this team. It's going to be down for the next couple of years. I guarantee you, it's going to be down, and maybe even longer. It just depends on what coach they hire, how fast Mahomes recovers, and if the division goes to shit or not. I'm not saying the Chiefs can't win the division if it's good, but it's not going to be easy. Um, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But the Chiefs are out of the playoffs for the first time. This is going to be the first time since 2014 the Chiefs have not made the playoffs. And I am a little upset about that. I wanted the Chiefs to win today to knock the Chargers back a little farther from us. But also, I wanted to be the ones to end the fucking Chiefs season. I wanted the Broncos to do it in Kansas City. We beat them in Kansas City, we knock them out because they had to win out in order to make the playoffs. And we didn't get that luxury, but you know what? I'll take 12-2, first place in the AFC West, first place in the AFC. Got our future quarterback. We're pretty damn healthy compared to some other teams. And next week, we should be getting back Ben Powers, Pat Bryant. We didn't have him today. And we'll pretty much be 100% healthy outside of J.K. Dobbins.
Hmm.
So, and we kind of touched on this earlier. I want to get your thoughts on this. The Denver Broncos, all right, their next 2 games are crucial. Basically, if the Broncos win their next 2 games, they're going to have the 1 seed locked up. And they're going to have the AFC West locked up, which to me means, because it doesn't matter. The Chargers could, win. Like, they could win this week. Oh, wait, let's see. If they win their next 3, we win next 2. We're 2 games ahead of the Chargers right now. They're 9-5. We're 12-2. So we're 3 games ahead of them right now. So the Chargers, if the Broncos win 2 more and go or they go 14-3 and the Chargers win out, say, they'll be 12-5. We'll be 13-4. We would still be, ahead of them. We'd still win the West. Like the Broncos, they could lose 1 more game and they could still win the West. And that's my thing. If the Broncos beat the Jags next week, which they should be heavy favorites to do so, because Jacksonville's good, but they're not as good as the Packers. Sorry, they're not. So if the Broncos beat the Jags next week, and then we go to Kansas City and play the Chiefs with no Patrick Mahomes, them basically being eliminated from the playoffs and not having nothing to play for, and we beat them in Kansas City, we'll be sitting at 14-2, and then week 18 ain't gonna matter.
Yeah.
We can let the Chargers win. They're not going to catch us. We'll have the 1 seed in the AFC West locked up at that point. They ain't going to catch us. So even if they win out, they could beat the Broncos week 18 and the Chargers. Honestly, I looked it up. This week they got Dallas in Dallas. Could they win that game? Yeah. Do I think so? Not really.
It's tough.
Then they got Houston. Granted, it's in Los Angeles, but again, Chargers don't have no fans. I guarantee there's going to be more Texans fans at that game than there are Charger fans. Do you think the Chargers, with that offensive line decimated by injuries, could be, are going to be able to stop that Houston pass rush? No,
It's a tough
I would not
schedule.
be. I would not be surprised if the next two games the Chargers go 0-2,
Yeah, me too.
and they're sitting at 9-7, and then they beat the Broncos week 18 because we're resting our starters. They'll go 10-7. They'll still make the playoffs, but they're going to be a wild card team.
Yep.
So big things. But what are your thoughts on that, Mohammed? What are your thoughts on the fact that if the Broncos win their next two games, they can lock up the West and the AFC as a whole?
Honestly, Eddie, think it's gonna go exactly like that. I don't think I'm not worried about Jacksonville, and the Chiefs are just the Chiefs. You see what's going on with them. That's an easy win. Jacksonville does not scare me. They might do some stuff in the first couple of quarters, but we know how the Broncos do in the end, right? So the Broncos should be able to win those next two games. Secure that number one seed, and just take that first bite. I don't care about the last week, Eddie. Like you said, probably rest the starters and take our break, and then be ready for the playoffs. Yeah,
be ready for the divisional round right here in Denver,
yep,
baby.
absolutely,
and
absolutely.
We get the one seed, 2 wins. We're in the Super Bowl, baby.
That's it.
So, but let's get through a few of these comments first, Mohammed, and then we'll get out of here for tonight. We got one here from Richard FN. He says, "Hi, what's up, man?
Son.
Appreciate you." Oh, what's up, man? Thanks for joining the show tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We got one here from Michael Ronquillo. He's like, "Good evening, Ed Muhammad on Rocky Mountain Blitz, Go Broncos." Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate it. Strong supporter of the channel. He's been one of the main supporters here since we started this thing, man. We really appreciate you, Michael. Michael Ronquillo, 36 passes, 31 rushes. I thought it was 34 pass attempts, if I remember right, Michael. The Broncos had 34 pass attempts and 31 rushing attempts. So it was more of a balanced offense tonight, which is why we were really, we dominated this game. And I don't think we dominated time of possession. Whenever I saw it at halftime, I think, or right around the third quarter, I think it was like the Broncos were 23, the Packers were like 24. Yeah. So it was right there. Another one here from Michael. He's like, the Packers lost Micah Parsons with the torn. Okay. So he did tear his ACL. Oh, that sucks for them. And they're out of draft picks. Dude. They don't have a first rounder for this year or next year. So, but that's a big bummer, man. I hate seeing Parsons go down. And honestly, he was really, he had a couple of pressures on Bo Nix tonight. I think 2, maybe 3. Other than that, he really wasn't much of a factor in the game tonight. And I'm sorry, but if we can go up against, Parsons, and in my opinion, he's the best pass rusher in the game. He's better than Chris Jones. He's better than Max Crosby. He's better than Will Anderson, or who's the other guy they have opposite of Will Anderson on the Texans defense? Is it Hunter, I think?
Hunter, I think, yeah.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is better than all of them as a pass rusher. And he was really a non-factor tonight. He had a couple pressures on Bo Nix, couldn't get home. Bo Nix was clean. His jersey was clean. He didn't get a piece of dirt on it. So, but that's it for us tonight, guys. If you guys could again, please like, comment, subscribe on this video. Also hit that bell notification so you know when we go live. Tell your friends and family about us. Any football fan, tell about us, please. Muhammad, any final thoughts before we get out of here tonight? Because I want to watch this Dallas-Minnesota game.
Yeah, Eddie, I just want to say that the Broncos, this is our year. This is the year we go to the Super Bowl. This is the year we go and win it. We cannot wait and say next year we're going to wait for the free agency and the cap and all that. No, everything, I honestly think, Eddie, everything I see in the NFL is a very weird, strange season. It's kind of aligning for us to do it. We cannot waste this opportunity. We need to just keep winning. I believe in this team, Eddie. We got to go to the Super Bowl, win it, and, go Broncos.
Yeah. And if we go to the Super Bowl this year and we win it, Chiefs ain't got shit to say. Because right now, they still have an extra Super Bowl trophy against us. They're 4 worth 3. But if we win this year, we're tied for Super Bowls. And, we're going to be a thorn. It's going to be, I have a feeling it's going to be us and KC. Maybe not next year. Because like I said, with Mahomes out, I don't think it's going to be, they're pretty much going to be done. It depends on who they bring as head coach. But if the Chiefs, the whole thing is done. Reed retires, Kelsey retires, Mahomes ain't gonna be back until week 15 next year. This could very easily be our division to freaking just cakewalk through. You got the Chargers, but again, I don't trust them. I don't trust the Chargers. They choke every single time. They can't stay healthy, whatever the reason is. Justin Herbert, he's good, but he's not great. So, we win this year. We're tied with the freaking Chiefs for the play or for Super Bowls, and there ain't shit they can say to us because we're gonna win the division, win the Super Bowl, and then next year we're gonna kick their little league ass all over the place. So, but that's it for us tonight, guys. We're gonna jump off here. We'll be back next week to talk after the Jags game. We don't know if it's gonna be Sunday night or the Tuesday after, but it is what it is. Typically it's Tuesday, but if we can do it Sunday, we'll do it Sunday. So, but again, guys, thank you for tonight. We'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.